All right, what I'm gonna do in this video is show you a real super quick way to get this bike to actually have a pretty cool little tone to it without it sounding like a sewing machine, even though a lot of places I ride, I prefer that. But this is pretty sweet with just a little modification of the stock exhaust, and with not a lot of low budget exhaust being available, other than you have Yoshimura, which is like $500+, or you can get the Chinese knockoff FMFs, but I don't prefer to buy those, so I'm gonna hold off until someone brings an exhaust out, like possibly Delkovic. But I'm gonna show you here what I did to make this thing sound pretty good. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is, you have your heat shield on here. I'm gonna kind of put this back together here quickly. You'll have your heat shield on like so. One bolt right here, take that out, and you just got to slide this forward. You'll see there's a tab here, and there's a tab down low, and you got these little fittings right here, right here. Slide them off, this comes off. That allows you access to these 3 hex bolts on your little end cap here. So you go ahead, take those out, slide this off. Then you will have down in here, in there, you can see 1, 2, 3, they are 8mm right there. So you'll want to remove those. Then that will allow you to slide this out. And be careful, there is a copper crush washer type deal on here. I mean, you don't want to lose that. You got to make sure that goes back in here. Now, you can see I already have this cut. There's a spot weld here, a tack weld here, then a tack weld here. I just took the cutoff wheel like this. Now, first off, you could just cut this. If you're not concerned about ever putting this back on, even though it makes your bike off-road only in most states, you can just cut this off. I chose to just kind of cut the weld, and then what I did is I took a chisel, put the chisel right against the edge here, and you do have to smack it pretty good. This side I hit it, this side I hit it a few times with a pretty good size hammer. And what will happen is this will slide off. So this is still in good shape. This is still in relatively good shape. So you can just, if you need to, put it back on, tack weld, and everything will be good to go, fine and dandy. So what I'm gonna do here is put this back together, and then we'll do a little sound test for you. Just be really careful when you're putting these bolts back in here. Make sure they're starting with your fingers, and you're not cross-threading them. I will say one thing, these bolts, when I went to take this out, they were basically just hand tight. I can't believe they didn't vibrate. I've only ridden the bike a mile, but I can't believe they probably would have vibrated out eventually. I mean, they were not tight at all. Okay, go ahead and turn this on. Same with these. This is what comes out of there. Same with these. Get them started with your fingers. At least try anyhow. Sometimes you got to use a tool to help you get them started because you can't quite get your fingers in there. But you don't want to strip them out. Okay. Not even the right one. There we go. Snug them up. Don't put these in super tight because for some reason the Allen heads on this bike, no matter what metric tool I use, I've even tried standard, there's like a lot of slop. You can like wiggle your tool around in there and you end up stripping them out if you crank them in too tight to begin with. When you try to get them out the next time, you have issues. Okay, now I've never installed this back on before, so let's see if we can do this together. Really tough to see. I had it and I shook it off. It's just tough to see that if you have both tabs lined up. Pulled the rubber thing off of the upper one. Okay, so let's try this again. Wow, I never would have got that. I had it totally reversed in my hand. Little slut. Okay. I think I got it. Oh, you son of a... Every time I go to line that up, the bolt, it pops back off of there. All right, let's try one more time. Probably be easier too if I had the side panel off, but okay. It's kind of what it is down here in the bottom. Okay, it's on. Now, be very gentle when sliding it up here to line your hole up. We got it. It'll go quicker than that. That was just a little bit excruciating for me right there. You can definitely see up underneath there to line them up. I just having a little bit of a brain fart. Okay, now, fire it up. There you go. Pretty cool. Not too loud, just a little bit of a rumble. It's almost kind of like the Delcovic with the extra quiet core in it is basically about how it sounds. But for no money, you can't beat that. That's pretty neat. Like, subscribe, hop on your bike, get outside. See ya.